Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. We are continuing with my iconic albums. This is going to be about the 90s, about the albums I need to get. And I already did a video yesterday of the albums I already have for the 90s. And now, with this list here, there's so many here I could also mention on top of this. Okay, this list is only a partial list. All my lists are partial lists. Of course, there's so many other iconic albums that I didn't get around to mentioning. Not that I can name any offhand. Like for example, right now we're starting with Pantera, "Cowboys from Hell," and that was July of 1990. But I just want to give a couple of shout outs of a couple of bands from the 90s that I wouldn't mind shouting out. Now, they're not on this list, but they could have very well be, and eventually I wouldn't mind getting some of those albums from those two artists. And like, yeah, so I'm going to give Korn and Limp Bizkit a very strong shout out that they should have been on this list. But when I compiled the list, I wasn't really thinking about them. But you'll see what's on this list. And again, there's others. I know there's others. There's so many that you guys from the 90s are thinking about that. Oh, that should have been on the list. That should have been on the list. I'm just going from what I like and what I know that eventually is just for my CD collection. Yeah, I like collecting CDs. So yeah. So Cowboys from Hell absolutely is definitely one of them. And as you see, I finally fixed it so that you can see all of me as much as you can, and that you get to see the full cover. There's nothing cut off now, so I'm pretty happy with myself. It's a learning curve, and everything I do on this channel is just to improve better and better every time. So let's continue with the next one, which is once I get that up here, and yeah. So I like that grunge scene. Alice in Chains is one of the better ones for sure. To get Facelift from the August of 1990, yeah, I think that I like that. I would like that. I'm not familiar with this album, okay, at all, but I do like Alice in Chains. There's a couple of albums coming up that I do like. So Alice in Chains would be a group that I wouldn't mind getting into. 100% for sure. I do like them. So now, as I was as with the ones I need from the 80s and stuff, right? I continue with the Queen and want to get Innuendo. I do want to get all the Queen albums eventually. I really do. Because I think they're a decent band. I enjoy listening to them. I think they're, pretty pioneering. So, again, if I see it at a pretty decent price, I'll pick it up. I mean, it is pretty iconic. It showed up on the iconic list. So, yep, I'm going to definitely count it. And so we continue. Again, yeah, I don't consider this grunge. But I do love it. And this is we're going to go with Yes from the Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. So again, I'm not as I know I have heard it, but that was a long time ago. I don't remember anything from it anymore. It'd be refreshing to get back into it. But Smashing Pumpkins, yeah, this was again an iconic album and deserves to be mentioned for sure. I loved this when it first came out. There was a couple of videos on Much Music that really, excited me. So absolutely Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger with, like Jesus Christ Pose and there's a yeah, Rusty Cage. Yeah, who can forget who, yeah, Rusty Cage is awesome. So those were the yeah, Bad Motorfinger. I do like Soundgarden. Need to get more Soundgarden. Absolutely. Now, I already have the like. the number one album of all time in the from the 80s of this band, of this artist, not band, artist. I mentioned another album from this artist that I need to get from the 80s, okay? But in the 90s, I still would like to get this album from Michael Jackson, Dangerous. You know, it's not a bad album. I don't know. I would need to sample some of his other albums to know if they're actually worth getting or not. But I do know that this one, Bad, and of course having Thriller, those are worth having because they are pretty decent. They are pretty good. Okay, let's continue. And so, oh yeah, I had bought Dookie not too long ago. So I might as well continue with getting some more Green Day, as you've seen in the thumbnail. I thought that was a perfect. I thought that was the perfect choice for the thumbnail. They use Green Day, Kerplunk. I can use that area up here for my my thumbnail. So and yeah, Green Day, of course. I'm not as familiar with this album at all, but I do love Green Days, and this was considered iconic. So I might as well get it. And if I see it, I'll grab it. Absolutely, because it's considered iconic. Yep. So I started off with this group, and we're going to continue with some more of this group with a Vulgar Display of Power. Now, the one that I own, which I have right here next to me from this group, is I have the Far Beyond Driven, which has 5 minutes alone, and I'm Broken on this too. It's a good album. I haven't played it in quite a while, but I do like it. But I still want to get, of course, Cowboys from Hell, Vulgar Display of Power. Absolutely, those are awesome albums. They're iconic to me, and and well, they were on the list. So we're going to continue here with, and I want everything from this band too. I still need to continue my, of getting some Iron Maiden here, especially with Fear in the Dark and beyond that. I would want to get all the Iron Maiden, and this was seminal. You know, this was pretty popular and iconic. So it is definitely worth getting, 100%. And so continue going here. I don't want to try to drag this out too long, right? So just keep it moving. And how about some more Megadeth? I need yeah. So as in the 80s, what the Megadeth I wanted to get from the 80s that I don't have. All I have is Rust in Peace, and I have this Icon Greatest Hits. But I want to get more Megadeth. I've been kind of focusing on getting Metallica first because yeah, I was behind on Metallica. Still need a couple of those, but yeah, Countdown to Extinction, 100% a great album, iconic again. So now keep this moving. Where am I? Where am I? Oh yeah. So I think is this the first one? No, I already mentioned Facelift. So here's some dirt in your facelift. So yeah, it's a good album. Again, I like Alice in Chains. I know enough about them and really want to get into those albums for sure. So yeah, just gonna keep it going. And so also with this next band here, yeah, why not? I do like their energy. I like Tom Morello. So yeah, Rage Against the Machine. They deserve to be in in my in my collection for sure. So continue. Let's continue. So I don't mind this band. I was thinking the next band I'm about to show, and I'm thinking, would I really want these? I know they're epic. I mean, they're iconic. So like Radiohead, yeah, why not? There's some good stuff on this. You know, I'm a creep, I'm a hero, a zero or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some Radiohead. It's a band that I more than mildly like. So, and I know that the more I listen to it, the better it will get. So, yeah, why not? If I see it cheap enough, I'll pick it up for sure. So, can continue it going. Now, I do like this. Have I already mentioned some of this yet? But Smashing Pumpkins again with the Siamese Dream. Did I? Yeah, I mentioned Gish. Yeah, I mentioned Gish earlier. So here's Siamese Dream. Definitely need to get that. I don't have it yet, but I love it. People are familiar with it. It's pretty iconic. So let's continue. Oh yeah, with Kim Deal, we have the Breathers and Last Splash, and they had that hit Cannonball. I used to have this on cassette. I absolutely 100% had it on cassette in the 90s when this came out. Played it a couple of times, and I don't know what happened. Like all those cassettes and that I had from the 80s, I don't know what happened to them. But now that I'm collecting CDs, I need to replace it and get it again, especially on CD. Yeah. So the Breeders, Kim Deal, and that new album by Kim Deal, I do want that. I do want that too. I will want to get that for sure. So keep just going. I don't want to try to make this too long. I know these can drag out a little bit. So I have 10 from this artist, but I need verses too. The only album I have from Pearl Jam is 10, but verses is one that I need for sure. You got to get some of that good old grunge into you. So, and then keeping the grunge train going with the next one here, keeping keeping more getting some more Soundgarden. I really do need to get Super Unknown. I really love that. I know I kind of for gone going with the giving you all the dates, but these are all pretty much in order of month by month. You know, going from July of 1990 because right now we're in June for Stone. Yeah, for I mean I didn't get there for Super Unknown here. Yeah, for Super Unknown, March. Yeah, this here is March of 94. So that's where we're at right here, March of 94. I should have been going with the dates, but I kind of got interested in moving this along because I think the dates are slowing me down. So let's continue with the next one. I think I almost gave it away what the choice was here for the next one, and that would be right here. It's a little slow sometimes. Yeah, Stone Temple Pilot with Purple. It's not a bad album. I like Stone Temple Pilots and wouldn't mind getting this at all. I know that it's good. Um, I got a little bit of a force from the next artist coming up here. I have a four song kind of EP. I think it was just like a kind of a single type of thing. But I'm into this band and I want to get this album for sure. Music for the Generation of Prodigy. It's good. I'm not sure if Firestarter or any. I know there's some good stuff on this, and it was an iconic album of the '90s. So I do kind of want it. I do like Prodigy. So continue going. Now I already mentioned Pearl Jam. So here's some Vitalogy, which I don't have, and I need to get some more Pearl Jam. This is November of '94, and so okay, let's continue. And then yeah, all these artists I really need to get since I already started with some Radiohead. Continue with the Radiohead with the Bends. Yeah, another iconic album. I want it, so and I will get it. Another band that I really do like a lot. The next one here coming up, and there's a self-titled album, Garbage. She's great. She's great. I love their music and wouldn't mind getting more Garbage, especially this album. So I mean that's from August of '95. So I've already mentioned that I wanted some Alice in Chains, and so let's get their self-titled album here. That's a pretty kick-ass cover. A three-legged dog, and but I like the yellow of it, the monotone of just the yellow and the kind of brownish color. Yeah, it is a pretty mean looking album cover. I like it. But Alice in Chains, because I do like them and I want their album. And did I wait a minute? Did I put something I have on here? I almost nope. I did. Oh, where did I put that? Am I looking at the wrong list here? Oh, I am looking at the wrong list. I think what's going on here? Yeah, there it is. I think I'm looking at the wrong list. Okay, so April of '96, we're gonna go with Rage Against the Machine again with the Evil Empire, another iconic album that I would like to get in my collection. So and keeping with the grunge because I do like the grunge stuff, and I already want some other albums from this group. They're already on my list here. Oh come on, scroll down. Here we go. So this here down on the upside, Soundgarden, some more Soundgarden. I do need that. So just to know, just to show that all those Soundgarden albums, they're iconic. They're iconic for the '90s. So let's continue. And now this wasn't originally going to be on the list, okay? And this is from July of '96. But I was having a conversation with my friend Lawrence, who also goes by Bunky or Bunky's Cow, and I mentioned him before on my channel. I like to chat with him sometimes on Facebook Messenger, and he brought up some Sublime, and he played me a couple of really cool songs from Sublime, well one in particular, and like yeah, you know what, I'll put well, I meant to click that, yeah, Sublime. So I wouldn't mind getting this album from Sublime. Yeah, we were talking about that last night, and it's like, you know what? I kind of like that reggae style. So yeah, I ended up putting it on the list last second, you know. So we're gonna continue, and after the Sublime, we have let's go down here and and yeah, here we go. Pinkerton, Weezer. I do have the Blue album, the self-titled album, which I love, but I also do like Pinkerton. So it should go on the list of albums I need to get, and I'll probably get a couple more Weezer for sure. You know, not just this one, but we're talking about iconic albums now. Okay, so and yeah, and this next one I'm gonna show you. It's pretty extreme, and I know how some people might feel about it, and I know some people would like I would never get that, and other people are like hell yeah, excellent, yeah, I'm glad you're going that way. But yeah, so Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar. Yeah, October, you know, Halloween month of '96. So it's a great album. You know, I do like it. I mean, it smells like children is it's not bad too, but this one is my favorite one for sure. I do like it. There's a lot of, like it's the I do like the heaviness of it. Yeah, it was think what you will about him, but like you know, and that shock rock. He's no different than like what Alice Cooper was different. He just turned it up a few notches. You know, that's it. All right, let's continue. I'm dragging this out. So where am I on here? Oh yeah, I like this album, and I should get this album for Third Eye Blind. I'm pretty sure it has that hit there that they had. I want someone else. Yeah, I forget the lyrics at the moment, but that doesn't matter. But I know that the music is awesome. So yeah, let's continue. I'm trying to focus on doing this here and everything, but yeah, we're trucking along. I love doing this using the OBS Studios, and the more I use it, the more familiar I'll get, and I'll get better and better. So yeah, I have to get OK Computer, some more Radiohead. I already had it on my list already, and so that's May of '97. So we're getting through. We're almost done with the decade. We're reaching the end here. Now this next one I'm going to show is in honor of my of a new channel that I love watching, and I consider him a cool guy and a good friend. And I do like this band. And if I'm going to start anywhere, it would be with this iconic album. And we're talking about Rybies. If you haven't checked out Rybies channel, please do. Like he talks about some really cool stuff here that I still need to you know, try to sample some of that. There's so much got recommended that I was like, how do you expect me to get to all that? I would want to, but that's too much. I can only sample small doses here and there. But Deftones is a band that I know I enjoy, and I wouldn't mind getting it. And I'll start with this album. Yeah, and iconic, absolutely. Okay, we're going to continue. Now, again, I've already mentioned this next band a couple of times. Come on, open up here. But I still want to get more of Smashing Pumpkins Adore. So, yeah. So, Smashing Pumpkins, yeah. All these albums from Smashing Pumpkins are iconic. I mean, if they're on here multiple times, it's because they have multiple iconic albums. You know, I'm not just putting it up here because, well, they're up here because I want them, but they're also up here because they are considered iconic. If there are certain ones I didn't put up here, but I probably will want to get anyway, it may be not that they weren't considered iconic enough, but these ones were. Just want to always clarify that. I know I'm repeating myself sometimes, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, some more July of '98. I mentioned in my other videos I want some Beastie Boys, and I'll continue the trend with Hello Nasty. There's good stuff on that too. I do want more Beastie Boys because they're one of my favorite rap bands. You know. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, we just got a couple more here to go. Now, I like this, and this is actually considered an iconic album, but we're going to go with, oh, why didn't that pop up there? Should have. Come on, right there, that one. Yeah. Fat Boy Slim. You've come a long way, baby. I'm pretty sure this is the one that has right about now the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. It's probably I think it's on that one. This one popped up, as an iconic album, and I know everything that I've heard from Fat Boy Slim I do enjoy. So it's like okay, that would have to be in my collection because I know I'd like it. And I like all the Fat Boy Slim I've ever heard is good. I've never heard this album in particular, but you know what? I get it. The same thing with this next artist. I've mentioned them already on some other videos, but I'll have to mention them again. Beck, Mutations, definitely need that. Absolutely. I have on delay. I need Mellow Yellow. If I didn't mention it yeah, I don't think I mentioned it, but Mellow Yellow definitely needs to be on this list too. Yeah, is more than an honorable mention. It was just I neglected to put a good one, but is that but what year is that? Is that 1990 Mellow Yellow? or or Mellow Gold or was his Beck, the album that has Loser on it. I need to get that album too. So I think it's called Mellow Gold. I just yeah. But anyway, I need it. So all like pretty much any Beck. Yeah, let's face it, I'll get any Beck because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy his music and I do like it. Now this next band, you may say, yeah, but no, this is an iconic album and I do like it. I do have a couple of albums from them already. I do have their Mother's Milk and I do have their Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, and yeah, I'm talking about Californication. I do like this album, and yeah, I get this. There's a couple of other albums I get of Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, whether you like them or not, this was an iconic album and deserves to be gotten for sure. And then here is the last one on the list, but definitely not least. So we're going to end off with the Fragile by Nine Inch Nails. The last album on the list, and this was September of 1999. Now, like I said, there's a lot of other bands from the 90s or the 70s or the 80s that I could have mentioned that that obviously probably would deserve to be on my list of either that I should have or yeah. So any opinions you have, let me have it. If you're if you haven't subscribed to me, you should because this is the kind of content that I like to try to put out for you guys. Where I'm talking about music. My biggest passion is music, but you're gonna have more other cooler content coming up pretty soon. I'm almost done with the series. I still might go. I still might go back and do the stuff from the '60s that I own and or will still want to get and then come back and do the 2000s, the stuff that I own and would want to get. I want to keep this series going a little bit, but I might drag it out a little bit and put some other videos in between here and there just to break it up a little bit and give you a little bit of different content. But all in all, yeah, thank you everybody who has stuck with me so far. I'm very happy with everybody and my channel and everything. You guys make it worth it. The comments are awesome. So if you comment, I do appreciate those and I do my best to comment back to everybody as much as I can because I do love everybody out there. And so I'm going to close now. Don't be afraid to hit the like button. Be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. Check out the playlist. I'll put the playlist right here at the end here. And everybody have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.